This is where ideals and loyalties are put to test. This is where hindrances and conflicts lead to the survival of the worthy and the fittest. This is where the contention and competition begins. This is where a stiflingly significant atmosphere puts all your menacingly desperate skills to a check to provide an escape from your inexorable demise. This is the battlefield, a place where boys turn into men. And in a place like this, it's next to being injudicious to jump into the terrain without proper training and strategies that could enhance your chances of survival. Welcoming you to the cantonment, where you'd see the battlefield through my eyes, analyze, and learn to be resilient, no matter how repetitive your cessation may be. I am Pain, and this is a series of tips and tricks that you'd enjoy watching, and that would be worth following to at least make your day a bit longer on the field, if not to render yourself the last man standing tag. So let's go to the drive where you settle relaxing in the back seat. But don't forget to be attentive, else it may cost you your life.
There are times when your opponent has a better edge over you, maybe in terms of number or in terms of positional advantage. One may ask, should I still engage with the enemy? My answer is of course yes. However, fighting the enemy with such odds against us is not going to be a piece of cake. One needs to be very cautious and think before making every move. There are several tactical strategies you need to follow in such situations, one of which I'm going to discuss today in this video. First of all, you need to read and analyze the surrounding. The enemy's position and number should be on your fingertips before starting any action. Also, do not forget to maintain your stealth, meaning that you will have to be spotted by the enemy only when you desire yourself to be spotted by the enemy. While fighting against squads, stealth will be vital, so keep that in mind. Always remember that although it is you who has decided to take the fight, yet it will have to be the enemy who'll make the first move towards you and never the other way around. In other words, you will not push the enemy into their terrain. Instead, you will have to make the enemy leave their position and rush you. Obviously, it would mean that you first have to choose a proper terrain where you could take up a battle with a full squad. In case you feel that the enemy is at the best possible terrain at the moment, you will have to make the enemy leave the terrain first and position yourself in their place, and then take the fight. Let us see all of these things in this example. Seems there is some turbulence there. I can see an enemy facing towards the smoke. He seems to be taking cover behind the smoke from someone. The bad news is that he is at the best possible terrain at this moment. However, the good news is that he doesn't know we are here. Let's proceed ahead.
Watch out, K9 unit incoming.
We just saw an enemy running uphill, and here is the second one. The other two might be somewhere around that cliff on the other side. We don't have any idea of what weapons they have and where the rest two are in that cliff. In addition to that, they are at the best possible terrain at this moment. So what next? Remember the theory? I want them to push me. With that, I'd have two problems solved. First, that if they pushed me, they'd leave that cliff vacant, and then I could position myself there and dominate them. Second, is that when they push me, they'd have to do it one by one, as there is only one zip line here. So the squad would be split apart for at least a few seconds. And that is what I absolutely want to happen. I'm sending them an invitation card, and I'm damn sure they would accept it. There comes our first guest of the day.
Watch out. K9 unit incoming.
My teammate got one of them down. Rest is all upon me now, so I have to be careful.
Airdrop incoming.
That sniper. If gets to connect even one shot on me, I'd be stunned for a few milliseconds and then the game would be over. So I'll have to deal with him first. I'll hence get into that cliff. This will lead to successful revival of the guy which my teammate knocked down, but there would still be one member down since I'm gonna kill that sniper anyway. Finally, just as per our theory, I made the move from this best possible spot and positioned myself here. 3 enemies still alive, and I'd expect at least one of them, if not all the 3, to use the zip line to push me. Even if they do not use the zip line, they'd still be scattered while climbing around this cliff. I'll get my chance for 1v1 then. That's one, and that's the second one, perfectly scattered as expected. Let's finish this second one first. Hey, what's the matter, buddy? Why are you running away now? Is it because you lost all your team support and are scared for even a 1v1 duel? If you cannot even dare for a 1v1, then why the hell are you playing this game? Anyways, it's too late for you to run away, friend. Oh God, don't tell me he's trying to use my same trick on me. Is he inviting me? Positioning, my friend, positioning. I just explained that you need to position yourself well before sending an invitation to your enemy. And that, my friend, is the worst positioning you could ever have had. To my viewers, can you spot the hidden snake here? Take your time, I'll give you 3 seconds. There you are, buddy. You were scared of a 1v1, probably because you've worked more on camping and related stuffs. But the fact is, you missed the part where that's my problem. Hopefully next time, let's be on the same team and you teach me how to camp. Not a very wise decision to jump onto your knocked teammate from a revival flight. How far do you think I went from this spot? Seriously? He got knocked down? He was supposed to be the last member of his squad. I wonder how fast they keep on coming back. Alright, so the last member is lurking below somewhere. Finally, the end of this story. As you can see, we dominated this squad based on this simple strategy of not pushing them and let them push us instead. When stuck outnumbered, always try to follow this trick, and mostly the enemy will walk into his own grave. However, sometimes the strategy may fail too. As an example, here in this clip, I was playing a solo versus squad match and found this chopper trailing me continuously for almost half of the map. So our first part of strategy is completed, that the enemy should be rushing me. Now comes the second part. I need to find a suitable terrain where I can take up a fight with a full squad. Of course, I'm not foolish enough to take the fight in open fields like these. I need to position myself. Alright, so enemy has an FHJ launcher. That's really bad. If I don't make it difficult for him to connect, I'd be forced to fight a squad in open field. Something that I do not want to happen. Okay, that's enough. This is as far as this goes. The Tom and Jerry play ends here. Common, my friend, let's exchange some bullets now. Just the two of them? That's so disappointing. I expected it to be a full squad. Anyways, let's see.
Airdrop has been delivered. Warning, EMP drone has been deployed.
Oh, come on. All that aggression and chasing just for this little lousy gunfight. Another chopper passing by decided to hunt me down. Looks like we're gonna have a lot of fun here. It's everything perfect. This house has several rooms and partitions as cover, and is best for a 4v1 battle. So the enemy is pushing me, and I have my cover too. Yet something happens that causes me to die. Let's see what happened here.
The revived flight will arrive. Be careful.
Remember this guy's name and kindly rate his level of skill set. We'll need to refer to this player ahead in this video. Now, there is a poltergeist around and a shockwave user just damaged me too. Also, this guy I killed had a custom striker, so I can say this is a perfectly toxic squad. They'd rush up the stairs, so I'll reposition myself as of now. Now, what I'm thinking as plan A is that when they won't find me inside the house and find an open door with no footsteps running away from house, they suspect me to be on the roof. Consequently, they'd climb the roof to try to rush me. That is when I'd catch them off guard. If this doesn't happen, then plan B is to let them get out of the house and leave the place, believing that I had already escaped. As they leave the place, I'd catch them off guard from behind. Let's see what happens. There's my boy searching for me up on the roof. Seems like plan B was not necessary. I fooled them successfully. Okay, 2 down and 2 more to go. Three down, now just the last one remains.
The last revived flight will arrive.
I tried my best and everything was going as planned, but still got killed by a no-skill gun. Guns like Striker and Echo require 0 skills, and players using them as their custom guns are mostly the newbies with almost bot level of skill sets. Now, I know many of you might get pissed for what I said, but hold on a second, soldiers, I got proof to support my statement. As proof, just tell me how much did you rate this guy's skill set on our first encounter? I don't think I need to say any more about how correct my statement was. You want to explore short guns? Then why not go for the likes of BY-15 or HSO-405, which require actual skills. Using them would not just make you win more, but also make your movements better and thus improve your skill set. Anyways, back to our topic. This was an example where the theory fails sometimes. If it happens with you too, do not worry. Just keep analyzing what you did wrong and avoid the mistake henceforth.
Having driven your chariot all day, steering and wiggling and tiptoeing through those crossfire hurricanes just to show you examples of what needs to be done to preserve your mortality, although being a mortal myself, a like would be highly appreciated. Would be bringing more of such tips and tricks in the series. Don't slack off, or else you'd miss the upcoming parts. After all these tips, hope you'll sweat more on the training ground and bleed less on the battlefield. Let's meet again soon, soldier.